Hi everyone, I'm JD from Willowbound Journals, and today I finally have the room tour for you of my creative studio. It is my bedroom, so it doubles as a bit of a 3-in-1 area. It's my bedroom, it's my office, and it's my creative studio, and it's also Keanu's room as well, my black cat Keanu. So that he has his little nook. He's got his scratching tree that he sleeps on all the time. And first of all, I'm going to give you a panoramic look at my space and give you just an overview of the space. And then I'll go into detail with all the different areas. I'll open all the drawers and show you what is in everything. But yes, here is my gallery wall and my shelves, my Raskog trolley, my bookcase. This is the crux of my journal supplies. That is where they all tend to belong. And that top shelf there, I usually would have put storage up there as well. More baskets, more supplies. But Keanu loves sitting on the windowsill and looking out the window, so I leave it for him. There he is, sleeping in his cat tray, which is actually the tray I use for coffee dyeing my papers. So I put his blanket in there because he really loves it. There's my bookcase with all my books. There's my dresser. And moving around or moving up the wall, I have decorations everywhere. I worked out that I'm not a minimalist. I love decorating my space. This is my dance bag with my ballet outfit and my dance costumes. We just had our concert, so that's why that's there. That's my piano and sort of my little music area with my ukulele. I still want to find a spot for that and hang it on my wall. This is a new bookcase that I have that I added to my room. It's not new, but new to my room. And then here's my main gallery wall. I've got kind of 2 gallery walls, one on this side, one on the other, but the other one's more of a photo wall. This is my main gallery wall with special items on it. And I've done a video of showing you how I did that and going through all of the pieces and sharing about what they all mean. And yeah, if you also want to see a behind the scenes look at my room, I have got that up on for my members and over on my Patreon. So members and patrons get access to the behind the scenes look where I did a room makeover this year. And you see the before, you see the during, where it just gets worse before it gets better. I took everything off the desk. I took everything off the bookcases and moved things around. And the main thing I did was move the desktop over so it was flush against the wall, because there was this dinky little space there that was unusable. So I pushed it across, and now all of that space is used with my printer and sewing machine. And bonus, it gives me a little bit of a side bed table. So this is where I keep my Bibles. I've got a cultural background study Bible. Then I've just got my reading Bible. That's the one that I read every night before I go to bed, with lots of highlighting and tabs and note-taking in that one. And down here I've just got this little space where I keep my larger art folios. I've got my baby wipes and my tissues in the middle, because when I'm at my bed or my desk, I can reach both of those from both places. Got my Psychology in Seattle mug here, where you can see my cat wants to chime in written on the front, that Stacy designed, Kirk's wife from Psychology in Seattle. So I'm a patron of theirs, love them so much. That was the mug I won from their anniversary live show this year. And this is a new edition. So I added this beautiful lamp with a diamond globe and the beautiful crystal that the lovely Dee sent me. Thank you so much, Dee. And moving on to my desktop and what's on here. So I've got my typewriter that I thrifted. Well, let me start over here actually. I'm going to go to the windowsill. I make use of every bit of space. So I've got a few different things and just holding different pieces like glitter and bulb pins and charms. And this is a new addition to my room as well. This was my birthday present to myself this year. It's called a crystal rock, and it came from Denmark, I believe. It was very, very hard to find, and I got the last one. So I snapped it up and I absolutely love it. There's my crystal from my grandma. who you might hear me talk about on my channel a little bit, my kindred spirit. She always nurtured my creative side. Coming down here, so these boxes I made when I was in high school, and I love them. I can keep all sorts of trinkets inside, all sorts of goodies because of the little separated areas. This is a thrifted piece that I got this year. It's a beautiful blue shell, and I keep all my paper clips in there, and crayons are underneath there. And then I've just got a bunch of different things. So I've got my playing cards, tags, my washi tape collection is all up here. My stamps, my distress ink, my glues, my other Psychology in Seattle mug, my cat mug. This is a thrifted item I got this year as well. This one is a glass crystal tray, and I just keep a few odds and ends here that I use all the time. My friend got me this one, this little blue dish, which is really cute. This is where I keep my textiles and fabric scraps and laces and trims. And that box came from, like, handed down in the family. It came to me. And next to it I had my alphabet stamps, which I hardly ever use. I use clear craft glue and a Bostik or Alma's glue stick. They're my go-to glues. And then I just have pens and paint pens and all different things in those mugs that I use for my art journals and journal courses. And then over here, this is my personal ephemera stash of special treasures and things that I want to include in my own journals. So it's a little letter holder that I got from Kmart. Then down here, this box was passed down in the family as well to me, and that contains all of my scraps, all my paper scraps, which are great again for collage and art journaling. Over here is my printer. I have an Epson Eco Tank, and on top of it, it is a scanner, but I hardly ever use the scanner, so I just keep lots of other things as well. So this is where I keep all my charms. I used to keep my charms in the top drawer of my desk, but the thing was I never used it because it was in a drawer. I never saw them, and it had a lid on it as well. They were in a container with a lid. So one little tip I have for how I store and organize supplies is I need to be able to see it, and I need to be able to have it within arm's reach, and preferably without any lids, and just ease of access. I can reach over and get it without having to lift something else up, without having to open up something. I need to be able to see it, have it within arm's reach, and then I use the things. That's why I've got so many shelves around me, because I can access all these things from sitting at my desk. So this top shelf, these are my completed personal journals. They're my yearly journals. These ones are still yet to be filled. Those are my personal journals yet to be filled. Ones that I've made, ones that I have bought, or ones that have been gifted to me. I love this letter holder. So I thrifted this as well from a vintage place. And this is where I keep all my vintage treasures. I hardly use the things in there because I hoard them. Here is my Dalphonics pouch. I love this thing. It holds so much. I use it all the time. I use it every single day, pretty much. And when I go traveling, I take it with me traveling. So it's got all my beautiful pins on the front from various places. The cat from Tammy, the Psychology in Seattle pin. I've got an earring that was from my grandma, my kindred spirit. And yeah, just a whole bunch of fun pins, meaningful pins. And then I've got my scissors and my pens, all different things that I use all the time in there. And then this is a new addition as well, just a cute little shelf. It's just a miscellaneous shelf where I keep some cute things. So my very first Lego was this unicorn, and I've got my Rubik's Cube there, my beautiful tiara from the lovely Emma. And yeah, it's just my fun little shelf of girly things. There is my poster from Psychology in Seattle, and then here's my sort of mini gallery wall / photo wall. Coming down to this big shelf, it's just a bit of a storage unit. So I've got my Instax camera, I've got this drawer set with metal book corners, eyelets, key charms. Then I've got all my personal books for altered book projects and my special ballet vintage books. I love that piece there. It's just for decoration, the glass with the sequins in it. And my mugs, they all hold pens. I don't drink coffee or tea or anything, so they all hold pens. And there's my other Psychology in Seattle mugs. And then there's like spare glues behind there, paint brushes, just miscellaneous stuff stored behind there, like my photo papers for my Canon selfie, and inks for my printer, that kind of stuff. Okay, so coming down here, I have also my sewing machine. I have a Brother sewing machine, and this is my Raskog trolley, and the top shelf or the top tray has all of my personal journaling supplies. So it's got my Everything Journal for the Everything Journal course that I run. It has all my folders of ephemera and printables in there that I use when I'm journaling. There's my book, Lamp in Dark Places, which you are able to purchase. I've got my Daphne's Diary up there too, my Daphne's Diary planner. That was my daily journal. The middle shelf is my work in progress shelf for journals for my shop, also personal journals. The bottom shelf is for my completed journals, my shop journals. So hopefully most of those will be gone, because by the end of the year I clear them all out and make space for new journals. So middle shelf, middle tray, work in progress, bottom tray, finished journals, and that's essentially my shop, my journal shop. In that little corner there I've got my webcam, my filming arm, and some bigger books that don't fit in my bookcase. Under my desk, in that basket, that's all my postage stuff, all my envelopes, packages, bags, things to pack, cardboard and bubble wrap. I've got a box of manila folders down there, my flower press, a photo light box, and some of my bigger ledger books. Now, the top drawer, going onto my drawers of my desk, there's my book, by the way, Lamp in Dark Places. I'm so excited. I just had it published recently, so it's kind of sitting on my desk every day. The top drawer is all the pages for my book, and they will all be moved out the way, making room for journal supplies now that I'm done. This drawer is all my special treasures from Amity Bloom. So over the years, I've collected different packages from her, papers, wallpaper, fabrics, and one day I will use them. One day. This is another treasure drawer. That box is full of goodies from Paper Daisy journals. Again, fabrics, laces, trims. At the front, it has my vintage French books for vintage French projects. So a bit miscellaneous, that drawer. This one has all my papers, the ones that I use for coffee dyeing, and my ledger papers, the bigger books. So I do need to go ahead and coffee dye a lot of paper again. So these are all ready for that. I just pick up those books from op shops and thrift shops. And then down here, the bottom drawer has all my vintage patterns. So those sewing pouches, I love collecting those, and I use them a lot for my personal journals, for my book pages, for my collage, all that sort of thing. This top drawer I use all the time. This is my sewing and my binding drawer. So anything for my sewing machine, my threads is here, my bobbins, and my binding tools are all in this drawer. So I use this drawer every day almost. It's got my tapes as well, masking tape, sticky tape, which I use a lot as well. The next two drawers are my treasure drawers. So on both sets of drawers, these next drawers are my treasure drawers. So these ones hold my vintage French pieces. So again, over the years, I've been collecting as much vintage French papers and ephemera as I can get my hands on within my budget. So that's all the papers, and this is the vintage French ephemera. So letters, postcards, vocabulary cards, stamps, what else? Wine labels, seed packets. So yeah, this has taken me years to accumulate. My dream would be for every drawer to be filled with vintage French goodies. Down here, this is my envelope and doily drawer. So these are my go-to drawers that I use all the time for supplies with journals. These are staples that I'm always using. And the bottom drawer has all my music paper that I thrift. So I love using music paper in my journals. Okay, so moving on from the desk, I have my Derwents here that my mum got me when I was a kid, and they're one of my most prized possessions. So I've always been creative, was always drawing and colouring in when I was a kid. And then over here, this contains all my linens with the embroidery, and then I've got piano paper rolls next to that. I just realised that I forgot to share this shelf. So this shelf has my Canon selfies. I've got the Canon selfie square, so I can do Polaroids, and I got the other one, the bigger one, that does different layouts, because I always use photos in my journaling. I love photos. I love taking photos. I'd love to take a course one day. And then I have my paints and my gessos and all those kind of things there, all in one spot. So that's really handy. And again, all within arm's reach. If my paints are put away, I don't paint. But because they're within arm's reach, I can use them. Sorry about the camera work here. This box tin I thrifted as well from a vintage place, and I love it. And it has all of my pressed flowers in there and some feathers. And moving on, I also have these acrylic drawer sets. I love these because I can see what's in them. On top I've got my bulb pins, then I've got my stamps. This drawer has my flower stickers, which are like my favorite supply. I love using flower stickers, so I always try to top up that drawer, always have flower stickers in there. Then I have some little pieces from Tracy Fox, a printable from her that I recently printed out. These are some pressed flower stickers as well that I'm keen to use. These ones have the sticker stamps. That one has Tim Holtz pieces. This one has some confetti. And this one has some miscellaneous, just ephemera and journal cards. Okay, moving on to this bookcase. So I've just got a couple of books from my grandma that were passed down to me. They're quite special, so I just keep them there. This one has it's the main storage unit for my ephemera. So it has everything. It's just a box that I separate with other little boxes inside. It's got my handmade envelopes, my handmade pockets, wallpaper pockets, piano paper pockets, vellum pockets. It's got book page pockets. It's got paint chips, library cards, index cards. It's got some of my printables at the front from various kits, the Polaroid floral kit, the vintage French seed packets. They're the ones I've currently got printed. I've also got some of the vintage French envelopes and the vintage French postcards printed. So every now and then I'll just print out a whole bunch of printables to use in my journals. Then I've got some vellum envelopes. All my envelopes go there, the miscellaneous ones. I don't know, I've got cards, booklets, all different things, stickers at the back, all sorts of things in that container. And then I have my tags. So my tags on the bottom shelf here has vintage French tags, also vintage French pockets, envelopes, bags as well that I've decorated. Then this one has all my botanical tags. So it used to all be in one basket, but I made so many that I could separate them out into my two favorite themes, French and botanical. One day, I hope that I can clear out my space enough that I only have French or botanical in my supplies. So this one has my my collage covers and my altered library cards there. That top container had some sort of laces and trims, and I've got other laces, trims and fabrics. There's my handmade bookmarks, and I have my heat tool over there. This is my lace basket, and this one's my fabric basket. I just got some random gold trim there. Moving down a shelf, these are all my vintage French books and notebooks. So again, hopefully one day this will take up like the entire shelf, but that's my little collection there. These are all the keys that I get from the local hardware store. These are my wallpapers. So I've got a basket for wallpaper. Then I have a basket for my boho trims. Beautiful. And here is my basket for my sparkly things, my shaker bags, sequins, diamantes, that kind of thing. Now I've got these drawers. I use these all the time when I make journals. The top drawer here has my vintage ledgers. This one has my bookend pages, as well as some vintage ledgers that didn't fit in the top drawer. This one has my vellum, tracing paper, and doilies. All staples that I use in my journals. So again, I can reach these from my desk. I just lean over and reach over and grab pieces. This one has my miscellaneous papers for pages. So book pages, note papers, letter papers. The middle drawer had cream paper. The bottom drawer has coloured paper. This is my bag drawer. This is my paper bag drawer for the covers of my paper bag journals. And then this has miscellaneous items that I've just categorized into faith journal, fairy journal, blue journal for future journal projects that I want to do. So eventually that will get cleared out. Very special next to this is my grandma's Bible on the left, my dad's Bible in the middle, and my Bible on the right. Down here, these are all my floral books and miscellaneous books. So there's like a couple bird books there too, a couple colouring books, and some vintage books. But the majority of these are floral books, and my aim is eventually to have a shelf of vintage French books and a shelf of vintage floral books. Moving on in here, this bottom box is just full of personal things for my own journaling, personal ephemera and things that were handed down to me. Some colouring books that didn't quite fit over there, and my scrapbook papers. And over here are my journals, which were overflowing from that bookcase over there, which I'll show you soon. So I still want to kind of reorganize things and have things all in the same area, but for now, everything has its place. Moving on to this bookcase, now I have my books here on the top shelf that are non-fiction books. The next shelf has my fiction books. This layer under here has my to-be-read books. I'm a very organised person. This shelf here has all my journals. Before I was a junk journaler, I was just a journaler in a notebook type person. And underneath, see, I got these shelf dividers this year as part of my room makeover, and it just helped so much with my storage and space management. These are my junk journals, my completed ones. So they all kind of just hide behind these journals, which I display. So these ones I love. These are my favorite journals, so I display them so I can see the front covers. Okay, and those journals eventually I hope will be moved in the same area as those. And then the bottom shelf is just personal stuff. Personal photo albums, files, art journals, scrapbooks, schoolwork. Yes, that's just all personal stuff. And yeah, moving up here, I also have a few trinkets in front of my books because there's no space for them anywhere else. So over here, more trinkets. That's why I have shelves everywhere, because I just want to put trinkets everywhere. My dresser, I love my tiaras, my silver, and my crystal. I'm a princess. I want my room to be a princess room. That jewellery box was created for me by my grandma, and that mosaic mirror I made when I was in high school. And of course my chest of drawers for my clothes. And here, this is my ballet costume. I was telling you about that in an earlier video when I did, we did our concert last weekend, and I was in 3 dances, and the ballet dance that I was in, that was our costume in a white romantic tutu. So I loved it. It's one of my all-time favourite costumes from all of my years dancing. Now this is sort of my music nook and Keanu's nook. Back here I've got some tiered baskets that just have things that I don't use anymore. So I used a lot of that when I was making my book. So when I make my next book, I'll probably use those. I got a glue mixture, I got paints, I've got books that I need to donate. And then shout out to Susan, Kindred Spirit Susan. She sent me this music to play hands, a lovely song by Jewel. And then back here I've just got my laptop and my iPad. That's where I store my laptop. I have my little cat bag there with the cat handles. It's so cute. I love it. My friend got me that for my birthday, I believe last year or 2 years ago. This has all my bags. So I call this like my dirty laundry bag, my shower bag, my postage bag, my ballet bag. That all goes there. Keanu sits on top of on top of his scratching post. And I have some extra shelves here. Those are journals that I need to type up. These are my books that I'm currently reading. The Leanne Moriarty one is for the book club I'm part of in the local book club. And the Sarah J. Maas book, so many people have told me to read that book. I've got friends telling me I need to read that book, and I'm trying. I'm about 100 pages in. It's not quite my type of book, but I'm trying to persist. I made this wall hanging. It was supposed to just be a place to hang trim and lace to cut it and put into my journals, but I actually liked how it looks, and now I don't want to touch it. I like it as decoration. I've got a few new additions to my gallery wall and a few shout outs. So the Cottage Fairy, the Unexpected Gypsy, Susan sent me this beautiful ballerina this year, and Dee sent me this Portland postcard, and I have a dream of going to Portland, so I put that there for my dreams. Keanu did the artwork. I've got the fox from Olivia from the Brown Satchel. Her sister did that, the fox image, and I have a print from Amity Bloom and Johanna Clough, two pivotal people in my journey. More things tucked in there. I've got all sorts of things just around my room, decorating it. I tell my story through the things I keep and the things I create. And so some people express themselves through the clothes they wear, through their fashion, or through their makeup and their hair, or through the jewelry. I used to express myself through jewelry, not anymore. I hardly wear any jewelry at all. And I used to be more into clothes, but never really was into clothes. I only have 3 drawers of clothes. So yeah, I don't express myself through clothes or makeup or anything or hair. It's through my room. It's through how I organize my room and display things. And also through my journal pages. So I call my room like a 3D journal. There's Keanu's little nook here. I need to show you what's in this bookcase, the new edition. So I've got my altered books there that I thrift for altered book projects. There's all my magazines that I use for my creative workshops and journaling. These are project baskets. The top basket is for the Reflections journal course, which I'm currently running. The bottom basket is for a wedding journal that I want to make. Down here, these are all my freebie baskets and mystery pack baskets. And then there's Keanu's nook, his cat food, my shoes are there. Again, like I said, I'm not a shoe person, I'm not a fashion person. I wear one pair of shoes, my sandals. There's my roller skates, and my dance shoes. Those are my jazz shoes for dance. And then under my bed, I will say there are quite a few containers under my bed. One container holds all my dance costumes. One container holds some personal trinkets. One container holds my personal file folders, paperwork and that kind of stuff. And this, I just want to mention, is a new addition as well, a tin whistle. I'm currently teaching myself tin whistle, so I love music, love music. And yeah, I'm loving learning the tin whistle. It is so fun. It's a really easy instrument to play, and it's so fun playing it. I should put it over here in the music nook corner. One day I'd love to get a guitar, and one day I'd love to get a flute to add to my little music corner. Anyway, so that is my room tour. Like I said, if you'd like to see a behind the scenes look at how I did my room makeover, a before look at my room, and also a during the makeover stage where I pulled everything off my desk, everything off the shelves, you can check that out over on the members tab if you become a member. Or if you become a patron, that all just supports my channel and helps me to be able to film videos every day for you and run my courses and teach my workshops. And yeah, so excited. Thank you so much to all of you guys, all subscribers, members and patrons, for all your amazing support. And I'm amazed by all the things that I mentioned that I thrifted. I'm actually really happy with those things because I feel very special, like my typewriter, that blue shell, the letter holder, the little crystal tray. There's a bluebird dish as well over on my dresser. I love my fairy lights. A new thing that I did this year as well is I added fairy lights to my bookcase, and it looks so pretty at night. So you can see that here. It just looks so cozy at night. That's one of the best things I did. It was a lot of effort, but I'm so glad I finally did it because it makes me feel happy when I see it. I've got 3 sets of fairy lights around my room. I love using one set as my gallery wall, holding up my gallery wall. One other thing that I did this year was I put all my beautiful pendants that I collected over the years on my fairy lights, on this little strand of lights that my sister got me. I love my Ulysses butterfly wing that I picked up when I went to Cedar Creek Falls, or Crystal Creek. This butterfly brooch was from my grandma, passed down to me. And yeah, all these charms, that one came from Heron Island when I did a research project there back in my uni days. Some were gifted to me from family members. Some I bought, some were gifted to me from friends. Some were gifted to me by you guys. Some special ones, the unicorn that was gifted to me by my grandma, the butterfly was gifted to me by my sister. So that's just a way to display them instead of having them tucked away in a box. and I love seeing them there. So that's an idea for you. Then I just have my clips here that I can easily pick up whenever I need to clip something. I just think they're pretty. I love stationery as well. So yeah, I also put hair clips there because I don't usually wear them, but if I ever need them, I know where to find them. And they double as decoration. So yeah, I love how my room is coming along. There's still some things I want to do. I still want to clear out. I still want to declutter. But yeah, I just love working on the space. It's so fun. And I just want to show you in my book Lamp in Dark Places, this page is dedicated to my room, where I learned I'm not a minimalist. I am a collector and curator. I express myself and see myself through the things I create and the things I keep. And this is just me talking about how my room is a 3D journal. And there you can see photos of my room on that page. So cool. I love it. And there's my typewriter that I thrifted, and my books that I keep on my shelf, my personal ones for my own journal. There's my personal journals. Yeah, so yeah, I am always working on my space. I try to do a room tour every 2 years or so when there's enough changes for it to be different enough. And I really just hope it inspires you to give you ideas for ways to organize your space. I've got a small room. It's my bedroom. There's not a lot of room. And I feel like I make use of every bit of space by, putting up shelves, getting shelf dividers, putting in bookcases, hanging things off my fairy lights, displaying things in a creative way, and also making it work for me. So everything that I need to make my journals, everything that I need to journal, everything I need to run my journaling courses and workshops, it's all within hand's reach. It's taken me a few years to work that out. When I first started, I would stack things and put them away out of sight, out of arm's reach, and I never used them. So it took me a while to learn this, and just find what works for you. Here's my beautiful cat, Keanu. I love that he's part of my channel as well. He is so adorable, and he has grown on my channel from that first week I got him, when I shared a video of him when he was a tiny little kitten, about 5 weeks old, to now he's 5 years old. So 5 years with this crafty little cat. There's his little name tag, Keanu. So cute. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. Let me know if you had a favorite storage idea or a favorite organization idea. Let me know how you organize your supplies. And yeah, I will see you all in the next video.
Thank you to my beautiful patrons who are supporting me in the month of December. You guys are absolutely amazing. I appreciate you so much and couldn't do what I do without you. If you would like to become a patron, there is a link down below in the description box. And when you become a patron, you are supporting Willowbound Journals and this channel. And you also get access to extra videos. So the journal making series each month. If you're a Ruby patron, you get access to every printable kit from my Etsy right there over Patreon, including a new kit each month. Going up the tiers, there are mail tiers where you get sent mail to you. The highest tier is the journal tier, where you get a journal sent to you each month. So if you're interested in that, feel free to check that out. You can also become a member or buy me a coffee to support this channel if you would like.